Hello, hello. Oh, we do have the mic on. Good. Hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Tonight is a bit of a brain detox. I think we all need a bit of a time without thinking. So I've got the sketchbook out, and we've got the page that we started a few weeks ago, which features the little dipper, a pretzel, a skull, and a magpie. I'll show you that right now. Let's jump over. There we are. So we've got our blue painted Matisse background paint. Oh, thank you so much, Yik. Hello. How are you? Thank you for always being my audio friend who checks all my things. Thank you. How are you today? This is the thing. Today is officially Are You Okay Day. I just want to ask how everyone is today, because the fact that it's a national day feels too pressury for me. And I don't know, it makes me feel like everyone was meant to have deep revelations about how they feel. And at the moment, I don't know if a lot of us have the mental energy for that. So, this is a chill space, a relaxed space, no pressure to be hardcore in any way. And we're going to do some free sketching. So feel free, if you come up with an idea of something you'd love to see me paint, to fire it away. The very first thing I want to paint, though, is a duck. A lot of the streamers that I watch, I forget who first drew it. I think it was Bryce Supersaurus first drew a character in Gardic Phone called Kevin the Duck. And now he's sort of spread to a lot of the other streamers in the same social circle, in that everyone's got this Kevin alert. So I'm like, I want my own version of Kevin, so I'm going to paint a Kevin. Yeah, so there's a link to Bry's stream. He streams over on Twitch. Super amazing variety streamer. He does so many different things, but it's always fun. And yeah, Kevin was birthed there. So let us start by making a little Kevin. Now, I haven't been super nice to my brushes lately, so we're going to try and bring some of them back to life. And I'm still using that solvent-free oil that I got, the Gamblin one. So, although I know it to be a lot less heavy-handed with it now, so I've learnt a lot through experimenting with this over the recent time. Yeah, what did everyone get up to today? No pressure to have gotten up to much at all. My achievement was I sent off one order from my online shop, and that was pretty much what I had to do today. And the other thing I did was clear out my emails, which felt really good. In that, like, I didn't want to do it, but once it was done, oh, did it feel good. Alright, where am I going to put Kevin? I'm going to put him... I don't really want to put him in the arts track of the page, so I'm going to put him here. Hopefully you guys can still see okay. I can zoom in, actually. I'll do that. Oops, sorry. My camera is actually at a right angle, sorry. So all my directions are a bit wigwam. So, there we go. Putting in some guidelines so I know where I'm going. Ducks are so cute. They don't get enough credit. They're really cute birds. Like little poofy cheeks and stuff. You see me constantly leaning forward, it's because I've got the palette in front of me. I don't know why I put it there, but I decided that was the best solution because I'm sort of over in my comfy space. This is next to my normal easel, which is over there. And this is where I've set up the nice winged armchair so I can have a bit of a relax. I don't have to sit in my good for my back lumbar chair, which is good for my back, but it's not relaxy. So, tonight was about relaxy vibes. Because yeah, this week has gone so incredibly fast. I feel like we just live streamed like 2 days ago. And we worked on that painting with the cloudy background, which I still haven't finished, but is almost there. hopefully I will get a painting day tomorrow afternoon or Saturday afternoon. I've only got plans for Saturday morning, so Saturday afternoon would be a good one. Okay, so far I've only used white, which is kind of obvious, but I'm just going to bring in a slightly cool tone using this turquoisey colour and some violet, so he has a bit of variation in. Violet's just make that nice and calm. Yeah. Little duck. I'd even make that a little darker. Ugh, that's very dark. Ugh. I mean a bit, I might move my palette so that you see what I'm... At the moment you can't see what colours I'm picking up at all. Yeah, see how that's given him some more 3 dimensions? Hey Dee! That's okay. You look good. Thank you so much for the lurk. Thanks, Dee. God, you went back to school so quick. Your breaks are so fast. Go by in a blink of an eye. I swear you only just started your holiday when I last spoke to you. I just prefer to overdo the shadows and lighten them than do them. So. Shadowy bits. A bit more of that tealy colour that's in the sky. Wait, I had a shortcut for D, didn't I? Alright, 1 sec, it's asking me to sign in. Spell Gmail. Two-step verification. Sure. Fine. Ugh. Everything makes logging in so complicated now. Yes. That's me. Happy now? Just want it complicated now. Oh, there we go. Now I can do this. That work? That was weird, I heard my own voice in my head then. Yay! That's a link to Dee's TikTok! Yay! That worked. Yeah, Dee's been doing a really cool project at the moment where they're developing a D&D sort of world. I don't know if it's a campaign or just the world, but it's set in like ancient Korea. So it's like fantasy ancient Korea, which is absolutely awesome. So if anyone is into ancient Korea, cool culture, D&D, fantasy, roleplay, coolness, go check out his TikTok. So that's been cool. Oh, Kevin. I'm gonna have to get a bright orange out for his legs. And his bill, which is like an orangey yellow actually. Variation. Feathers. That's what I like about these little angle brushes, you know, the ones that are flat but then have a slope at the end, is you can sort of use them on all different sides to do different effects. So here I'm just gonna pluck out some shapes that'll sort of give the impression of feathers without actually drawing every single feather. I am not a draw every feather kind of person. The impression of plumage. The impression of plumage, that's fun to say. Oh, I forgot to tell Instagram I was... Once I finish Kevin, we'll do that. Put some more. Silhouette. Oh, and they got such fluffy bums. No problem. So yeah, the fluffy bum is like degrading into the background. I'm gonna have to put a shape down here to outlining. Sort of like we did over here with the skull, where we did that harsh white outline. Which I sort of want to strengthen really, but... yeah. And all that, because that's so much better. I know you guys can't really tell, but I can tell. It's just nice when your bold whites are nice and strong. Otherwise everything was a bit wishy-washy. I'm really happy with the pretzel from last week, from the other week, can I just say. I think Dipper needs improvement. I don't think I got the structure of her face right up here. I think her eye is cute and her nose is cute, but the in-between I lost something in there. I really like the little magpie. Little Swoop, as we called him last stream. Adorable. And apt, because it is swooping season now, officially. I've passed 3 magpies since the start of swooping season, and all of them appear to have been young or not with nest, so they haven't bothered me at all, which has been really nice. Especially because now I walk with the dog. Sometimes magpies find the dogs intimidating and therefore swoop the person and the dog together, which would be less than ideal. Oh, hi Jess! How are you? How are you? How is the cross-stitching going? I'm very excited. On our Discord, Jess posted a picture of the cross-stitch she's working on. If you want the address for the Discord, just scroll down into the description. I believe it's there. Not check out one of the previous streams. I know it's on the previous stream's descriptions. I just can't remember if I put it on the description for this one. Yeah. I'll check after the stream and I'll plonk it there. If I haven't. Oh, there's a cute little neck. Yeah. Oh, there's so much crusty white on my palette right now. I'm just absolutely digging into it. I'm happy to reload my palette tonight if I have to, so we don't have to use up all the dead paint. I just thought I would start with the dead paint and then go to fresh stuff if we need to. Oh, he's looking cute. I know he doesn't have a face, but he will. Also doesn't have eyes, but that's less of a problem, somehow. I think because he's going to have a very dark eye anyway. Put a little highlight in there, though. Alright. Let us... the blue outline. Got enough to do. Which one we should do? Yeah, that's it. know where the foofy bit ends. Might not even outline all of him. I might just outline half of him as though he's... Yeah. Yeah. You're installing, gifting, inserting a soul. Inserting a soul sounds wrong. I think giving a soul sounds nice, or gifting, or... Because yes, the cross stitch was without a soul. For sure, having hollow dead space for eyes. For the record, it's a really cute little monkey. It's not like anything harrowing. It just kind of looks harrowing because it hasn't had eyes until this point. Well, now it's going to look like it's both in water and standing. That was well thought out by me, because I want to do the legs. Oh well. That'll be fine. There's no gravity on this page, it's fine. Yeah. This one. Looks like one high heel, but I promise that will look like two legs. It doesn't have depth in silhouette. Looks like a high-heeled shoe. God, that really looks like a high heel. It'll be fine. I'll fix it. Ooh, the camera equipment fund. Yes, so I had a tiny sale on my website today, which was, well, yesterday, and I shipped it out today, which was very helpful. So let me get a little, where are we up to? Find the right thing. Where are we? Yeah. So currently our Ko-fi account is raising money for a new camera, a DSLR to use here on stream. And you can see here, we are up to, where's my mouse gone? 51% of the goal, which is awesome. So at the moment, any support that people donate through the Ko-fi account, as well as any art sales through my website, lizgridley.com.au, are all going towards the new camera, which will be a DSLR. It'll give you a lot more control over the lighting in here. You'll be able to see a lot more detail of the paint. And it will just overall make the stream so much nicer and lovelier. So yeah, that's our current goal. So thank you so much to everyone who supported. I've had some really big supporters on this, and I'm so thankful to you guys. I need my mouse back. There it is. Yeah, and we're over halfway. We're over halfway. That's an achievement. Thank you so much. I've lost my picture. No, there it is. Yeah, so that's really, really lovely. And you can see there it's the ko-fi.com. I'll put it up again. There. ko-fi.com/Liz Gridley Artist is the address for that one. There. We got there. As you can tell, I've had a really good day for words. Had a couple of phone calls and I've just gone blah 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 the whole way through, but got through it all. That was the aim for today. Just make it through and chill time. This is already feeling lovely. Okay, I just gotta rinse my brush off because it's very blue and we want it to be very orange. Actually, I might switch to a new brush. Really nice bright yellow. This red I have. Let's see if that'll make enough. Ooh, that's a very powerful red. Yeah, that's done. No. Brush is a little bit more solid than the last one. Getting there. Like the little front foot. Back foot a little bit darker. We can add more detail. Beak on the front to have a bit more yellow because I've got the light hitting it. Oh! Dropping brushes. Come back. I've dropped so many things today. Been that kind of a day. Freaked out Dipper earlier because I dropped the webcam. Because it was very precariously on top of my easel. It's still very precariously on top of not my easel, my tripod. So I've sort of got my tripod on the desk here next to me, and then it's on the top, but now it's held on with a hair tie, so much more secure than it was originally. I'm definitely looking forward to, with this new camera, having a bit more of a professional setup. A camera that actually fits on top of the tripod, because the webcam doesn't have a threading thing. Not properly. It's got like one on the back, but it doesn't set up at the right angle for me to look down on that when I use it, so I just use it without. But yes, I probably still will use this webcam that's facing my work, but I'll switch that to be my face cam. And then my face cam is the camera from like 2013. And that one might become a bit more of a puppy cam or something like that. I don't know, maybe I need more accessible USB ports first, because I've only got 2 on the front of my computer case, so I might need to get a hub or something. But that's fine, hubs are cheap. We can figure out the technical stuff later. This is the thing with streaming, it's always a work in progress, right? Still got alerts on my to-do list to do. I want to have some nice alerts when people subscribe or donate or anything. That would be lovely. Don't know if I can link my Ko-fi account to Stream Elements, but we'll figure that out down the track. Either way. I'm trying to get better at, during the stream, checking my notifications on my phone and stuff, because otherwise I'm... Oh yeah. I think I want to switch to the smaller brush again. Get some detail going. Still chock full of blue, but that's okay. Start off with more feathers. It's coming along though, starting to look like a little ducky. All our major shapes are there. Crusty on my brush. Ugh. Okay. Have like a big fluffy cheek, sort of separate to their eye. Got like the little eye socket up here. Got this fluffy cheek coming off the back. Yep. I remembered it. Ever do that when you're concentrating? You just forget to breathe. Very bad habit. Murdering this pot of white paint palette, which is fine, but make it a... All crust. Starting to look fluffier. Like fluffy. That is appropriate duck state. My computer screen is a bit further away from usual, so if I keep looking off to the side, that's why. Even though it's on the rotating arm, I've sat as far away from it as possible, so that's my fault. Fluffy. Yeah. Hard to sort of indicate where the leg is going, because it's sort of going straight into downy feathers. It doesn't have like a big thigh like an ostrich or something like that. So, sort of awkward for the leg. It just sort of spurts out of nowhere. But I don't know what else I can do to indicate that it's a leg. Oh, I can do some little highlights like that. Some little highlights. Oh, I know. Definition speak to. Just dropped a brush again. Brush, seriously. Stay on the desk. Yay. Oh, that's cute. Now he looks like he's smiling a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's sweet. His feet are probably too close together, but that's how they are in the reference, so I'm gonna claim that that's okay. Artistic liberty and all that. highlight for the eye. Oh, he's cute. That's the thing with these kind of... You can just go through strengthening the brights and the darks again and again and again. It feels like this weird cycle. I am finding this blue that I've used for the background is quite thirsty, but it sucks up a lot of the oil out of the paint. So that means when you come to do a second pass, everything is a little bit more dull. So I don't know if I'm going to use this blue in the sketchbook again, but you know, it was fine. It was something different. Not the end of the world. Might make different choices. Yeah. Alright, I think that's Kevin. Alright, let's post him to Instagram stories. Dee, thank you for donating to the camera fund. Everyone shout out to Dee again. I'm just gonna shout you out again because I can. Thank you so much for donating to my Ko-fi account and the fund for the camera. Why didn't that work? There we go. Yeah. You're amazing. Thank you. Alright. Sorry. Oh, I'm doing shadows everywhere. That way. It's a sketchbook night. We're on YouTube. I'm joining the live stream now. Sorry, just tagging a couple of people. Oh, I should have tagged Danger Beard. No, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine, Dee. Leave me on mute. That's fine. Thank you. You gotta learn all those school things. Okay, what do we feel like painting now? Folks, now that I've got a Kevin out of my system. Any suggestions? What have I got? I've got some lilac, I've got lots of sort of tan colours, red colours, and some blue, and then I have a whole bunch of different greens next to me on the chair. Yeah. So I've got a little bit of everything, actually. Yeah. Let's have a see what Unsplash has to offer. Oh, that chick has a very pretty eye. You do some eyes. No worries. Hi, Sarah. I hope you're having a lot of fun character creating. I know there's some D&D things afoot, which is adorable. Why are you guys on the phone? Why don't you just Discord? She got me on mute, so she can't hear me anyway, but... yeah, I think I'm gonna paint this girl's eyes, because they are gorgeous. Ready. Okay. Where am I going to put these? I'm going to put them up here. Right. Now, are we going to do these in conventional colours or non-conventional? I've got the right colours to do conventional colours. There we go. Might be slightly unconventional, but that's fine. Conventional-ish, we'll call it. Definitely going to be less muted. Actually, no, I'll paint our lips. Let's do some lips. I've got all these nice reds and pinks. Okay. Lips I tend to try and start with the central line just to give myself a guide, and then build off of that. So gradually. Lips are not usually as pink as you think they are, so I'm definitely overshooting. But I'm kind of okay with it. I use along my naples yellow rather than white. I'm totally using a different white next time. I'm so over this giant tube of white I got. That's really creepy. I'm over it. Officially. Okay. I'll be honest, the main thing that turned me off doing her eyes once I had a closer look at it is they've done some airbrushing around her eyes and smoothed out a few of the shadows, but they haven't done too much to her lips, so her lips are a bit better lit. They can trick you sometimes when you see an image and you're just like, this is amazing, and then you zoom in and you're like, they got rid of all the detail, why? Why would you do that? Boring, boring people. Or they do it for commercial appeal or something, but I dislike. So that's sort of like my guide structure. If you can see, that main line coming down is like the center of the top lip, and then this will be the bottom lip. That's the gist. Zoom in a bit further. Oh, the other way. That is annoyingly between 2 points, but that's fine. Got some lilac over here, which is cooler. Into the shadow on this side of the mouth. Oh my god, I just saw the most relevant meme. I will put it in the Discord. I mentioned at the start of this stream how Are You Okay Day makes me a little uncomfortable. And it's literally Homer Simpson yelling at the TV, Are you okay? I told you last year, no! Which feels very relevant for COVID living lockdown life. I don't mean to be depressing. It's just, yeah. I don't think anyone is feeling like their optimum selves at the moment. And that's not to say that, I don't know, a million people doing amazing things at the moment, because I do. I just think these are extreme circumstances, so it's a bit of an ask for you to say that you're perfectly okay. I don't know. I think we're all allowed to be a bit not okay at the moment. You need to talk to someone about it and that makes you feel better, go for it. I prefer to do things like this at the moment, just because they calm me down, make me feel okay. And handle what is currently on my plate. That is weird. Amazing how many turns there are in the skin around the mouth. There's just so many little folds because the mouth is capable of so many positions. It's very soft, but also it has so many little nuances where the different little muscles knit together. They're very interesting. Okay. I forgot to move my palette. I'm so sorry. I think we're stuck with it like this now. Feel the same. Are You Okay Day is just pandering to corporates to make them feel like they show they care when functionally it does nothing. I agree. If anything, I feel like in the workplace it puts pressure for you to like be vulnerable with your staff members or with your management, which sometimes you don't want to be vulnerable with people you work with. Sometimes you're not comfortable to do that, and I think that's okay. I don't think it's a given that you have to be all out there with staff just because they've decided today is the day you have to be. I think that's quite invasive, actually. And that's not to say we shouldn't check in with people, we should. It's just making one big day of it is very insincere feeling and kind of pressury, which is a lot. And as if we need more pressure at the moment. Working from home was a blessing today. I'm glad. I'm glad. That took the pressure off. That is fantastic. Glad. Because that's the thing, yeah, when they make big events like this and awareness things and that, I think I always feel quite self-conscious. Not because I don't want to learn, but just because it's like, I don't know, I feel put on the spot. If there's an awareness day and I don't know all the information and I'm learning and things like that, I feel very put out and very like, I could be quizzed any moment, and if I get the answer wrong, I'll feel like a terrible human. That might just be my overactive need to feel, you know, like I'm on top of things overflowing, but I don't know. These sort of days bring that out. Sometimes I like it. I really like, for example, like Instagram culture on things like NAIDOC Week, because I follow so many amazing people who post things that I don't know, and they put some work in, and I incredibly sit there like a sponge and I try to absorb a lot of resources. I do often hit a limit of, I've learnt so much today, now I can't absorb anything else, but I try. And I try and make sure my feed has people in it who are educated in ways that I'm not, and who are relevant voices in different communities. And I don't know, I really enjoy that part of Instagram where I can just hear multiple voices speak on topics, and relevant voices as well, not just like when people arc up about things that they don't know about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big sponge for that kind of stuff. Sometimes I post on my stories quite often, and some days I don't for ages, and that's normally because I'm too busy absorbing other people's information. And unless I have something to really say, I tend to prefer to just listen. Pre-COVID, there was a morning tea at work, and I went once and hated it. Oh, Jess, no. People would just walk in and say to a college, haha, are you okay? Oh, that's shit. That's so insincere. Guess I earned my free coffee. I don't like that at all. I think that's part of it as well. Like, Are You Okay Day has, like, merch and stuff. And I'm like, is that really the point? I know other days, like Renault's Day and that, have merch, but that's, like, fundraising for a certain thing. And Are You Okay Day has this dual personality where it's kind of fundraising for mental health, but it's also just kind of putting people on the spot day to prove that you care, I guess. But that's the question. Is there follow-up? Is there funding? Is there counsellors available and that sort of thing if you're not? Or is it just a tick box of, oh, I've done the thing, I get my free coffee? Ugh. Yuck. Oh, that made my skin crawl. A little bit. I'm kind of glad I don't work in a corporate environment like that. Like, my retail job, I just go up to my boss and go, hey, I'm not doing so great, you okay if I go home early? And most of the time, it's like, yeah, or finish this one thing and then hell yeah. Which is lovely, but that's small business life for you. I don't have a giant structure to get through to the boss. I just literally walk up to him and go, hey, can I talk to you about a thing? Which is lovely, in a way. Does mean I've got very limited co-workers to talk to, but my co-workers are pretty lovely as well, so it's all good. Just slowly knitting together these sections. Need some more shadow on the shadowy side of the face. Well, it's not dark enough. That's better. I don't know, I think I have a problem with a lot of that corporate sort of stuff as well, because I used to work as a graphic designer. Like, you'd be working with the source of the person putting together those kind of events, like that morning tea and things like that, and how much they cared about the event. You could feel and you could tell when you're talking to them about the graphics and that they're doing, and it would sort of colour my opinion on whether the event was worth the time and effort. Because, yeah, if a person isn't passionate about something and they're the ones spearheading the initiative, like, why should anyone else? I don't know. It would just cloud my judgment, it would cloud my opinion, and it would make you feel icky. Or great, like when someone's really passionate about a cause, oh my god, does it just lift you up and make you care and make you go, hell yeah, okay, you're actually batting for this team. Cool, tell me more, let me know about it, let's make something that'll work. And there are events that do that. I know some very passionate people who raise money for Royal Children's Hospital every year, and they're absolutely amazing, and it's one of those causes where, yeah, it's hard to question sick kids and things like that, but at the same time, just hearing personal stories of what some families have been through, and the RCH has been there for them, and above and beyond just like a hospital, but just like family and counselling and outreach and mental support and things like that. It's just fantastic. Really understanding not only the kids but the families. And things like the, what was it, National Week of Disability? There were some amazing people doing online events this year talking about various causes and various accessibility issues, both online and in person, and things that you can actively do. Like, I actively do image descriptions on my Instagram posts and things like that because they help people who need to use screen readers, and it's like the tiniest bit of effort on my part for something to be accessible, which everything should be accessible by all people, so I like learning that kind of stuff. Stuff that you can actively do is just awesome. It's all about the culture that management fosters or allows to flourish, absolutely. And it's so common that management don't put the effort into actually ensuring a proper positive culture is present. Yeah. Again, it's that tick box culture. If they don't actually care about what they're doing, everyone can tell. You can't sort of fake that enthusiasm and care. I don't think you can very easily. And even then, you really shouldn't. You shouldn't fake want people to care about. I'm sort of fighting the texture of the paper here, which is a bit rough. And I'm trying to create all these smooth shapes. So, it's interesting. I don't know if we're going to be 100% successful, but I'm going to keep layering up. See if we can get... Sort of got a number of different coloured blobs together. Question is how much uniting we can do. Get them all to speak happily to each other. This rough texture worked a lot better for Kevin's feathers than it has for these lips so far. It's actually decently helpful for Kevin. Her nose is sort of up there where it goes a bit dark and shadowy. Better. Reference photo definitely isn't as saturated as I'm doing the colours. I'm doing them a lot brighter, but is that really news to you when it's me painting? I like my bright colour. Other hard part of lips is the outside of the lips need to stay soft because you don't have hard lines at the edges of your lips. It all blends smoothly into the next bit of skin. If anything, there's sort of like little ridges around the edge of your lip where it changes texture. And that's very fiddly. For a painter, but it's okay. I know that just looks like a big pink smudge at the moment, but we'll keep working back into it. Interesting, the light that's hitting her bottom lip is very cold, but the light on her top lip is warm, so more oranges in her top lip. Violets on her bottom lip. There, pink stuff. I was trying to keep my shadow off the page and wipe the rectangle. Kind of interesting trying to do lips a la prima. I haven't done this in a very long time. I normally layer them up. Okay. Sketches are allowed to be challenging. The main thing is they don't matter, they're just a sketch. Oh, see, I got rid of my highlight there, but at least the shadows in the bow needs to come a bit. Bit of a fight between the lips and the skin. I thought the skin was looking okay, so I moved on to the lips, and now I'm like, oh, the skin looks awful. Just need more blending. More blending. Oh, I'm about to put a mailing list update out tomorrow around 2 o'clock. If anyone is not on my mailing list, you can join by going to lizgridley.com.au and scrolling down to the bottom. It's just an update about what's been going on lately. I've got a couple of pieces that are finalists in art prizes, which is the big piece allegory for uncertainty and beauty that I just showed on Instagram, my most recent post, and my still lives that I did here on stream for a little bit and in videos as well. I've released the video of the Mark Hamill still life, and I've still got to release the one for my skull paint. Yeah, so that's very exciting. Have a few pieces in shows. The still life prize has sadly been delayed until November, December this year because it's in Melbourne and we're still under lockdown. But the Kennedy Art Prize, where the other one and my painting from last year, IO's agency, they're both finalists, sorry, which is awesome. So both paintings have been delivered to the Royal South Australian Society of the Arts in South Australia, and they go on show from Saturday. Friday night they're having an opening event, and they're going to do the announcements of the winners and all that sort of stuff. I was hoping they were going to do it online, but I haven't gotten any news to say yes, it will be live streamed or anything, so I'm going to assume it's not going to be. Which is a bit disappointing, but that's what I get for being locked in my state and not being allowed to go. I would have loved to have gone. I would have jumped in my car and driven over straight away. But, sadly, not this year. Not with COVID and everything. Not the end of the world, though. Seems pretty lovely about it. One of my mates from Queensland has decided not to go just because she doesn't want to get locked out of her state. And I'm like, that's fair. That's a fair call. But there's a couple of people in Adelaide who might be able to take photos for me, so that's exciting. And if anyone here is from Adelaide, let me know and I can send you the details for the show. Or they're on my latest Instagram post, the third one. I say the third one, the most recent one with just the gold line across the image. That has the details for the show in it. There we go, we're starting to look a little softer, a little more unified. Here you've got like some shadow that just gets intersected now and then by the pull of the lip muscles, and it's really subtle. I don't know if I'll be able to get it as subtle as it needs to be on here, but we can try. We can but try. The other thing I found weird in the last week, I've barely watched any YouTube or any streaming services because I jumped back into reading, like, fantasy novels. One of my mates, the Dangerbeard, who is an amazing streamer as well, and we pop him in the alerts. Alerts? No, commands. That work. That should work. Yeah, he brought up a book that I loved when I was younger called The Bitterbide Trilogy, starting with The Ill-Made Mute by Cecilia Dart Thornton. And I was like, oh my god, I haven't read that in years. I can barely remember what happens in them. I would love to reread that. So I dove into them. And I finished off the first book in like a day and a half, which was, I didn't even remember I could read that fast. Like, I used to devour books when I was younger, but it's literally been years. Most of the books I read nowadays are comics. Like graphic novels and that sort of thing. Because they're easy to digest in one sitting. And I love the art. But yeah, so I dove back in and then got through the Ill-Made Mute super fast, and then I was like, okay, I'll just jump straight into the next one. And yeah, it's been really interesting. So I'm in the last book, and I definitely remembered a lot from the first book, quite a lot from the second book. I barely remember anything that happened in the third book, because I'm already like, I forgot about all of the things, and I'm only about halfway through at the moment, and I'm just like, I think I know how it ends, but that's all I remember. Which is pretty on par for me with book series, is that I really like the lead-ups, like Harry Potter 1 till 4, love them. The later books, yeah, could take them or leave them. Because that's when everything gets really dramatic and really stressful. And I just don't enjoy the books as much, even though, yeah, like every Harry Potter has a big bad situation at the end. Yeah, so these ones have been quite good. And even though, yeah, I remember some of the twists, they're still enjoyable, which I think is a good mainstay of a book, is when you can come back to it, know the twist, and still really enjoy yourself. So that's been fun. Yeah. Although, yeah, I'm missing all my YouTube shows that I normally love, so my watch later list has just ballooned. Because I'm just saving everything to watch later, and I'm like, I haven't barely watched any of the people I love. I don't know who's painted what this week. Or what art tips I need to apply to my life. Oh, they're starting to come together, these lips. They're getting there. They need more contrast. I'll just finish off what I'm doing with this skin here before I back into shadow under. always hated. Because it sort of reflects a little bit of the lip colour and the skin colour, and it's a cool shadow because it's such a sudden downturn. And it's soft. You need it to blend a bit. That's getting a bit softer. I know this line here is really harsh where the chin introduces, but that's sort of how it is on the record, so I'm okay to leave that there. A bit. Line here. Brighter. Better. A bit more contrast in the dark. So again there I've like broken the edge of the lip and sort of phased it in, and that's just made it really nice and soft on the top lip rather than it being a dramatic line like lip liner. Just lots of little things with lips. But it's not overdoing the bottom lip. At the same time, I do want them delineated a bit. There's texture there. Oh, stretch. Okay. Getting there. Shouldn't say getting there. Should say almost. We're almost there. Keep jumping. Shadows to highlights. Means I have to wipe off my brush a lot more. like that. It was fun. I think I've definitely learnt my lesson with this blue background. It's just too strong and too textured, so we're not going to use it on any of the dodgy paper when that arrives for oiled over. Just going to use our clear gesso, and then if we want bright colours, we can do it in oil paint. Those are the lessons we have learned. Right, let me zoom out. There we go. What else do we want to paint? What else is on the front page of Unsplash? I like cruising the front page because you find things that you just wouldn't have thought of to paint. It's a weird jellyfish, but he's like a weird colour. I don't like it. Ooh. But lots of landscapes, which are not getting me excited, I'll be honest. I actually want to fill in some of the background area, so I'll start with that. Oh, beverage. Once we did this blue before, I was like, yeah, let's cloudscape this out a little bit, just to unite both sides of the page. This music is a bit intense. Sorry guys, I'm gonna skip it. Calm down. It's calm zone. Stay calm. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? I was like, God, your school break only lasted what felt like 5 minutes. You're already back in class. How are you? Thank you so much for donating to the camera fund through my Ko-fi account. We're over halfway to our goal, which is very exciting. So thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. But thank you. How was night class besides rough with all the Fs? Red and this lilac do. Bad choices, bad choice. Different choice. Break was for 4 days. Oh, I thought you had a week or 2. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. 3 days behind. Oh, God. Oh, God. No, D. That's too fast. This is relax time. Let's feel the music. We're doing some sketchbooking. If you have something you want me to paint, now's the time, because I'm just doing some cloudscapes in between our random objects. Bring in some colour. But yeah, having a chill time. So far we've painted a duck named Kevin and some lips. Because, you know, why not? That's better. Orange is better than lilac. Four days is just like a long weekend. That's not like a break. Granted, Jack's on annual leave at the moment, so like he's having a proper break, which is nice. Getting some relax. Lots of NBA basketball, solitaire while doing other things. It's not long enough. We all say, tell your teacher, all your friends on live stream say it's not long enough and that you should get an extra week in between. Because, you know, if people on the internet are saying it, it must be right. Yeah? Yeah? They'd listen to us. We have authority. Just that one little break of colour there has just made me feel so much better because now it's not all blue and tan. One little pop of red. Sorry guys, just gonna do a stretch. All my muscles are very achy today. There we go. Alright. Do some more blue coming. Nice cloudy fun times. Face coming out from the clouds a bit. Not creepy, right? Maybe a little. Ah. Remember to hydrate, people. Okay. I think finding these cloudscape forms are going okay on the textured paper. But that's because I can really push the paint in. No, I'm less apprehensive, maybe, when doing cloud forms compared to doing realism. Bringing a lot of life to the page though, and I like how it sort of connects to the magpie over there, little swoop. Even putting some blue to that green. This is the thing, I'm not meant to care about how the images relate, but I do like a nice looking spread, so I'm a victim of my own circumstance when it comes to sketchbooky thing. See, a little bit of dark just helps it. Helps little sweep stand. Yeah. I know last time we were doing this page, one of our viewers' sons suggested something, but I can't remember what it was. It's driving me nutty because I know I said, oh, next time I'll paint that. And now I'm like, what was it? Joe, if you're here, speak up. Because I know it was something. I watched my old video before I came on, shouldn't I? Oh, that's right, I've got this light green. But I had that. Ooh, that's very light. Ooh, is that too light? A little too light. We can dull that in. of wanted to make it look like the clouds are in front, but the clouds are looking like they're receding. Because they're so dark and so much more similar background. Oh. What am I going to paint here? I need one thing for the edge of the page. Suggestions are welcome. A cup of tea? Is that what I was meant to be painting? Cup of tea. I can do that. Oh, Jess, your memory. That does sound right. I would normally go up and get a cup of tea, but that takes time and effort, so I'm just going to look at my reference sites. Hang on. Cup of tea. Let's have a look. Korean dress. Oh, I think that needs a proper page. Which, actually, speaking of suggestions, we're very, very close. From the 15th of September, I will start putting up on Instagram, on the Discord, and how else was I going to do it? I think on Facebook. Places for you to post your ideas for Oiltober. So that's all going to happen from the 15th of September. So you can put in whatever prompt you want. So a shield, a Korean dress, all of that can go in. That would be fantastic. And yeah, that will be all happening. So it'll be open from the 15th, I think, until the 30th. I think that'll be fine. If I have to close it 1 or 2 days early, I may, just because if I need prep time. And then we'll be right into Oiltober on October 1st, which is going to be nuts and insane and awesome and all the good things. So yeah, I'm super excited for Oiltober this year. I'm still waiting for my paper to come. I think I have to nudge Dodgy Roger this week and just ask how it's going. But it should be alright, which is good. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's very exciting. I've also got a sample of something else that will be included in every order of an Oiltober piece at the end of the month. Like last year we had little temporary tattoos, and this year we've got something a little bit different. But I can't reveal that until we're into the challenge, because it'll involve picking one design to put on it, and I haven't done any of the designs yet, so that doesn't work. Yeah! So again, like last year, there'll be no limit on how many suggestions you can put in. That's absolutely fine to go for it. Yeah, anything else? I don't think if there was anything for Oiltober. All the pieces will be for sale at the end of the month, same as last year, except hopefully this time without the debacle of the website ruining it for me. We've got a different back end running my online store now, so I shouldn't have that problem again that we had last year. Ooh, there's lots of good cup of tea options. Ooh. I'm pretty sure it was a cup of tea, Jess, don't stress. There's a bunch of really cute cups. I don't think I'll do tea coming out of a kettle, because it looks funny. Oh, there's some coffee mixed in here. Guys, you're in the wrong place. Just some guy with a beard drinking tea. Sure. Alright, I think I like that one with the see-through glass. That was really interesting. Of course I'm going to pick myself something more difficult to do, aren't I? Let's do the more difficult one. Okay. I've got a cup. It's a bit see-through. It is reflecting a tablecloth, which is sort of gingham, and I'm going to ignore that completely, and I hope you guys are okay with that. Because it doesn't make sense unless you do the whole tablecloth, and we're not doing a gingham tablecloth today. No. None of that. Okay, let's start with some structure. Up structure. Doing this deep tea color. Do I need to zoom out? No, you don't. golden colour. Coming up after it. Gonna have lots of little details. This will be interesting. That will be tea. I promise. That's okay, Jess. I'm pretty sure this is right. I'm pretty sure this is right. Like, the only... I've gone off on a tangent and done a clear glass, and I'm sure most people think of a cup in more of a china cup, but, you know, this is what I do. I take what you suggest and I go in weird directions with it, because I'm me. Half the fun of sketchbook night. I never know what I'm gonna do. No prep required. Well, less prep required than my normal work. Sort of at the point now where I'm starting to think about new works as I'm at the very, very last edge of the works I'm currently working on. God, I say work a lot in a sentence. Anyway, yeah, which is sort of intimidating sometimes if you haven't had that lightning bolt of inspiration to go, okay, what do I want to commit my next month to? Which my next piece will basically be something that I have in the background while I'm doing Oiltober that I can work on if I need a break from Oiltober. So I probably will not finish whatever I start next until November. But that's okay, because it's like I don't want to start something huge again, but like something medium-sized. I know I've got a show in January that I want to have a piece for, so it may be one for that. Because yeah, I'd rather get started earlier rather than later, and if I can even get like 2 or 3 pieces done, then I can just show them all to the curator and go pick whichever one you want. Because last time I sort of did the work and I didn't show them until the last minute, and it was what it was, but this time I think I'd rather give them a bit of a... If I can give them even 2 works to pick from, they know their audience best. And this is the thing, when you're working with a curator, they know their collectors. They know what their collectors like. They know what their collectors are looking for. And because this is a gallery I've only exhibited in once, I don't know their collectors. I don't know what their collectors like. I only know what the gallery hangs on their walls. And luckily it's a lot of stuff I really like. So I'm very excited to exhibit in this space because it's very me and very what I am aiming for. But yeah, I want the curator to be happy with whatever they're hanging, and if they believe in the work, then they're more likely to push it and be excited about it in front of their collectors. So that's all good news. But yeah, so if I can get started now for January, then I should have enough to knock out 2 or so pieces. On top of Oiltober and Christmas, if we're allowed to have Christmas. Which I'm assuming at the moment our governments are doing everything as possible to have at least a bit of Christmas because, you know, a religious society, but also that's incredibly important, apparently. I don't know. I would like to see my family. That ended there, so I can't. I think similar to the pretzel, I'm probably going to put this on a saucer to give it context to float on. is sort of reflecting the saucer. By the way, when doing suggestions for Oiltober, it is completely fine to do ones that you've suggested before, perhaps last year, or things you've suggested here on stream. If you suggest the same thing twice, that is completely fine with me. I will find a way to do it. Because that is just part of the challenge. Kind of like how last year I painted a cat for happy hour was the prompt. And then the very next prompt I got was kittens. And I'm like, oh, and I just did a cat. But I Googled and baby bunnies are called kittens as well. So I ended up doing a picture of a baby bunny, which I really liked. So there are no limitations with suggestions. If it's something super obscene, I might find a less obscene way to do it. Just because, you know, those YouTube audiences gotta stay family friendly. But other than that, no limitation. It's so interesting because it really does start out so abstract and then it just gradually becomes a thing. Kind of like your cross stitch just. This just starts off as a weird bit of blobs and then it'll come together at some point. But your blobs have more order. Mine's do not have as much order. Ugh. Itchy nose. I do want to figure out where the sauce is going to go, but let me do a bit more of the... Weird blobs! It's an artist I love who does work like this, and her name's Sarah Sedgwick, and she just does these amazing chunky still lives where everything's sort of like blocky, but it's like it's totally realistic and just I don't know, she has this beautiful movement in her paintings despite them mostly being still lives. Everything looks delectable. Like her fruit and her pears and things like that, they just look delicious. And she does Christmas baubles. She does paintings of Christmas baubles. And they're so shiny and pretty. It's just like, whoa. That's what I'm sort of trying to leave a lot of my lines chunky, unlike with the lips up there where I tried to smooth everything and leave no edges. I'm doing kind of the opposite in this. Which is fun. Immediately change painting style to the complete opposite of what you were doing. Double walled glasses. I have some double walled glasses. I forget I have. They're lovely to use. I think my only problem is the teacups like don't fit enough tea. I would prefer the like beer glass ones. They fit more. And I'm quite temperature sensitive, so I definitely do like how I can hold a hot beverage and because it's insulated, the outside of the glass doesn't warm up that much. Or get too cold if you have a cold beverage. Which is nice. Just, yeah, all that space taken up by the insulating layer means that the inside is small. It actually puts your beverage. You get like flash memories when you're like thinking about other things. For some reason, I just had a really vivid flash memory of me walking through David Jones in the city, and I have no idea why. It has nothing to do with what I was talking about or what I was thinking about. I haven't been to David Jones since like I assume I was there last year because it was. I do know we did some Christmas shopping at some point. Oh, now I've got Christmas. Oh, I won't put this line up too high. Oops. That's the top of the drink. There. Oops. It's okay, we can fix it. We can fix it. Go in with some dark lines and find where the source is going to be. Some parts of the glass that are dark. Okay. Saucer. It's on a black saucer. Quite dark and nice and contrasty to the white plate under the pretzel. I realize the tea is actually reflected in the handle of the cup, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to bring some oranges and reds out here. It does have to. Yeah. Symmetry. It's wet. Close. Slightly bigger. Yeah. 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 Wait, sorry. I know how the saucer would go. Yeah. Yeah. Looking cute. I like the bold yellow and orange on this side of the page. It sort of ties in nicely. Alright. Yeah, I need like a grey blue. Sort of where it curves. These are some droplets on the saucer, oh god. Here I was thinking I'd only be here till 10. Probably be 10:30 at this rate. I was like, oh, it's such a small section of paper. We'll only chuck like 2 things in there. Ended up chucking 3, but that's fine. Is that way too light? Let's see. Light. Maybe not. I'm gonna pull these reflections through the glass onto the saucer, so we need to go back to these oranges. Yeah. Orange and saucer. Glass. Very cool. One of those pictures where the more I stare at it, the more I find little things I didn't notice when I first looked at it. Color down here on the saucer is definitely one of those details. Sorry, please tell me if I'm talking too quietly. I feel like I'm mumbling. Whew. Getting too into it. Also a little further from my microphone just with this setup, so thank you, Yuk, for checking my levels at the start of the stream. Oh, the saucer looks cool. I like it. Like one sharp line reflection. It's dark. Ooh, I don't know how that's gonna look. I like the saucer. The saucer's fun. Ugh. Oh, I'm losing the battle with this white. Come on. Just trying to pummel it into viable paint. Oh, hello, puppy. Hello, my darling. How are you? Gonna settle? Sorry, I can't move the camera because she freaks out when I do. I'll send you a picture on the Discord. Are you gonna walk away the second I said I'd take a picture? Dipper! Hey! Thank you. Alright, I took a picture. You can go now. Up to you, sweetie. You want to settle? Settle? No, you're just checking in. Okay. That's fine. I'm fine. Everyone says hi. I look more glossy. Oh, the cup got a bit. My shiny. Hey, Nee, how are you going? The duckie's name is Kevin. Yeah, no, that's where we started tonight, and then we did some lips, and now we're doing a cup of tea in a double-walled glass, just to be complicated. I saw a whole lot of pictures of mugs, and then went, I want the complicated glass because it's pretty and fiery. You know me, always taking the easy way out. Oh, I announced before, Tani, that I'm going to start taking requests for Oiltober on the 15th of September through the Discord, Instagram, and Facebook. So keep an eye out for that if you want to make suggestions of what I paint during Oiltober. If I see Border Collie in there, I'll assume it was you. You or Lauren. all looks weird. There's on the top. Then how intense it is in that bottom corner. Can't even lie and say I'm shocked you choose the hard way. I thought so, Tani. I thought that would be what you would say there. Not like you haven't known me for a while. But still enjoy doing it, even though I make life hard for myself. So that makes it okay, right? White working. Come on. Come on, white. I think the white is dead. I might have to. See if I can get this going. Feels like something I've forever. Still find bits. It's got so many little things. And I know I should be simplifying, and I am simplifying it. It's a very complicated object. I really like the saucer. It looks like a record. In a weird way. Yellow went out a bit too far. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna fix that? Stop. Oh, it's so fiddly. A lot of a shadow there where the saucer passes behind it. What else? Surface of the tea we've got to fix now because it's got light coming directly down onto it. It doesn't have that pretty tea colour. It's almost white. So find that of the glass separate to the top of the tea. Things are getting technical. Yeah. I do actually find it really helpful when I'm streaming to look up at the screen because it's got the same effect as me standing back from the artwork. It's like completely fresh eyes looking at it from a different angle. It is handy. Yeah. Two blockies for different reason. I'm really burpy. Apologize. Keeps. Awesome. That's back. Glass is kind of complicated because it's reflecting tree in the background, I think. In this context where I haven't got trees in the background. Right. Back to it. Janie. For the record, when I'm painting by myself, I still say random words like shiny while I'm painting. I don't know why I put adjectives to what I'm painting. Pretty or cute or scruffy or whatever the painting happens to be. I've always done. Right, I think I just need some fresh white for the highest highlights. Still the goopy white, but I'm just gonna open. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I needed a fresh white. Look how much brighter those highlights are coming out now. Lovely. Blobs. Mentioned there was a little droplet of tea on the saucer, and I am going to make life extra hard and do that now. It's not talking to myself anymore, it's talking to Dipper. It would be if Dipper wasn't sitting in the other room with the husband. How are you, Sarah? How did all your character things go? You excited? That's meant to be a little droplet on the plate, but it's too bright, so I'm just get the shadows. that kind of works. A little bit. Yeah. Cup of tea. That was fun. Oh, I've got the bright white out. I'm just going to strengthen Kevin. You're a forest gnome. Oh, and we can be casual acquaintances? Oh, that's lovely. I'm excited. Do you know my character's a dwarf barbarian? You have carpentry skills. Ooh. Well, that works beautifully with my masonry and blacksmithing. We could definitely have made some like really cool daggers, or maybe like a bow for someone, because that would work with both of our skills. That's really cool. Well, that's nice. Well, like any setting, you're probably going to become my best friend, so deal with it. I'm excited. Are you feminine or masculine, or it doesn't matter? Yes, D, it's official D&D chat. We're doing a family D&D one shot for Jack's birthday, because Jack wanted to write one. He had an idea. So we're doing that with the sisters and the wife and the mum. So that should be fun. And yes, my character's name is Bear, with an accent, with rolled R's, because I want to make life hard for myself. And he's a dwarf barbarian who's allergic to shirts, because when I looked up pictures of dwarf barbarians, none of them wear shirts. So that's him. I wanted to play a dude this time, because I normally play female characters. Like, I will play a dude. Oh, I should have brought out the fresh white ages ago. This is just bringing all the bits to life. Kevin definitely needed some brighter white highlights. For sure. He looks a lot fluffier now. Fluffy! You're gonna read more in the character page and finish the backstory in the name. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, we'll see. Getting us all together. Dude, where's my axe? Dude, where's your axe? Where's your axe, dude? I have 3 axes. A great axe and 2 hand axes. Yeah. No sure. Eh. There we go. Kevin looks fluffier. I'm happy. Yay. Tail feathers could. Oop. Kevin! That was fun. I think I want to mess with these clouds a bit. Hi, honey. How you going? Dipper! You gonna follow Daddy? Bye. She appeared and then she disappeared. You read a post where it was postulated that the reason that all dwarves have beards is that it acts as a HEPA filter to protect them from dust inhalation during mining. Oh, I like it. That would make sense. That would make sense. I like it. Then they don't get the black lung pop. Thanks, sit through. I'm a bit tacky. Layer up a lot. Yay. Trying to make the edge of the map make sense. It doesn't. Not going. But that's fine. What's happened? You guys can't see what I'm painting. What's happened? Oh, that's weird. My camera's done something. And oh, no. There it is. That was weird, because I painted all this dark bit here behind Kevin, and then I looked up at the screen and it wasn't there, and I'm like, why? That was weird. That was weird. Hi, Dipper. Gonna settle? Or are you just here to see if I have food? Just here to see if you have food. And you don't. You disappoint me. There. Don't paint myself. I've been a klutz tonight. I've dropped brushes all over the place. I'm painting myself. There. It's probably the sign that I should get back to bed. Because I didn't sleep great last night. What do we think? That's the page done? I like it. Thank you so much all for coming around and saying hi. Joining in on the chill times. Jess, does your monkey have a soul now? Or half a one? I will check up a picture of this in the Discord tomorrow and probably on my Instagram story like I normally do. But feel free to share anything on the Discord that you've been working on. I know Jess has been doing cross stitch and other people are working on different things. Yeah. That has been nice and relaxing, which is exactly what I hoped for from tonight. So thank you. Oh no, Mealy! Mealy, I painted Kevin! Can you tell? It's Kevin. Give me one sec. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he's got cyborg vibes right now. That's even more creepy. Please post a picture of that in the Discord. Yeah, merely when I started the stream, I'm just like, I really want to paint Kevin, because I can. So, thank you. So we did Kevin, we did some lips, and we did a cup of tea in a double wall glass, just to be difficult. But I'm actually really happy with that. I really like the saucer, the way it reflects. So, weirdly, that's the thing I'm happiest with. So, there you go. This is quite the spread. The dipper over there as well. Thanks, Mealy. Lovely to see you. I'm sorry, yeah, I think I'm ready to clock off, but the big updates tonight were, if you're not on the mailing list, jump on the mailing list, because I'm sending out an email tomorrow, just updating on what stuff's going on. 15th of September on Instagram, my Discord, and Facebook, I'm going to start asking for suggestions for Oiltober, where you can put in suggestions of whatever you want me to paint, and I'll be doing one painting a day every day in October. So that's the big exciting thing. So keep an eye out, 15th of September. Anyone can submit. You can submit as many suggestions as you like. They'll all go into the same bucket, and I'll draw one out a day. So, yeah. If you just say Mealy, though, I won't know what to paint. Maybe I'll have to paint a picture of you. I don't know. So you'll have to suggest things. Awesome. Thank you all for a lovely night. I'm going to log off now and get some dessert. Feels like dessert time. So, cup of tea and dessert to whoever wants one. Go forth. I love you lots. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.